What is up, friends? Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about 5 pros and 5 cons of living in here in Rancho San Diego. This is part 4 of the series. In the background, you're going to go ahead and see some hidden locations. Shh, don't tell anybody about them. All right, let's go ahead and head on out. Butler, love you. Alright guys, we're here on the northeast side of Rancho San Diego, and we're going to talk about the 5 pros, 5 cons. Now, where we're headed down to is Hidden Mountain Drive, and you can find that location off of Hamashaw. If you make a left on Hidden Mesa, you'll end up on Hidden Springs, and then that'll take you to Hidden Mountain Drive. So come on down with me, let's go take a look. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. Con number 1, we're gonna start with the traffic. Now, if you're on the east side of town, which that's where Rancho San Diego is located, and you're going west, you're typically gonna go on the 8 west, 94 west. And if you leave early in the morning, say like 5 a.m., 5:30, you may beat the traffic, but if you leave after that, typically like between 6 a.m. or so, you're definitely going to experience a significant amount of traffic between that time to about 9 to 10 a.m. And I think that's attributed to the military bases we have out there. Well, most of them are on the shore. So you got Naval Amphibious Base, you have Coronado, North Island Air Station, Coronado. You have San Diego Naval Base. There's a ton out here, so we got a lot of people heading in that direction in the morning. So that's the first con. Let's get into con number 2. Con number 2 is the heat. Over here in Rancho San Diego, you're slightly away from the water, you're away from the beach. So it can be about 10 degrees warmer. And when I say heat, I mean like 90s, maybe 100 degrees. On rare occasion, does it get like to 110? It's kind of rare. And so of course with that, you're gonna have, if you're using your AC system throughout the summertime, you're gonna have a significant bill to pay. Probably like about $400. But I mean, in my experience, I rarely use the AC system. I mean, it's not that bad really, as long as you have a fan, you keep the window open, and get a nice little breeze. But yeah, that's con number 2. Let's get into con number 3. Con number 3 is the property tax. So the property tax out here in Rancho San Diego is about 1.2%. So if you have, say, like a $900,000 property, $1 million property, you're gonna have like about, I don't know, 10 grand to pay. Even if you fully paid off your home, you're still gonna have that property tax to pay. Some people balk at that. For me, it really doesn't matter too much. It's not really that bad. And then you also have the HOAs, which of course can be about $500 to $1,000 if you're living in a condo downtown. And of course we have the Melrose. You got the Melrose tax, and that of course is to pay back debt to the district that paid for the infrastructure project and built all the homes. So those Melrose, typically they go away over a period of time once the district pays off the debt, but sometimes they'll last indefinitely. So that's con number 3. Let's get into number 4. Con number 4 is the cost of living. So there's a lot of people that complain about this. So if you're moving from the Midwest and you're moving to San Diego, the cost of living is going to be different, and that's attributed to the home prices. They're higher, and so your mortgage is going to be higher. That there is a significant amount of your expenses is your mortgage, essentially. and so that's going to be higher, of course. Another thing to consider is the labor. The labor seems to be a little bit higher over here in San Diego, and I think that's because employers need to pay their employees a little bit more money to keep up with that higher cost of living. Now, and I compare that because I own some properties in Indiana, and the labor is slightly less than the labor over here for like HVAC, plumbing repairs, and things like that. So from my personal experience, I can tell you that the labor is slightly higher. That is con number 4. Okay, con number 5. Con number 5 is the seasons. So friends have told me that in other locations, like say Washington, you'll see the fall, you'll experience the spring, the summer, and the winter, and they just feel different. Here in San Diego, we really don't get that. Here in San Diego, it seems like it's slightly cold, slightly warm. so it's almost like you only get 2 seasons here instead of 4. Now, some people complain about that, so I put it down as a con, but really it's also a pro. Just depends on your perception. All right, let's get into the pros, my favorites. Let's stop talking about the cons. Hey, look, if you haven't already done so, please like and subscribe. And if you like the sites, the homes that you're seeing, and you need help getting into a home, don't hesitate to reach out. My contact information is in the description below. So let's get in contact and get you into a home. Let's get into the pros. Okay, so pro number 1. Pro number 1 is that Rancho San Diego has a small town vibe. So for example, the streets are smaller, you have a lot of trees, a lot of plants that make it feel enclosed. It makes it feel like kids can play in the street, for example. There aren't any cars present here. It just seems like everybody knows each other, I feel like. It feels like a very small community. So, I mean, I would love to grow up in a place like this. Could you imagine? It's beautiful. Let's get into pro number 2. Number 2 are all the amenities that we have. So, we have North Park, we have South Park, we have downtown, we have a racetrack. These are all things that are like a stone's throw away. You also have Temecula if you want to enjoy some wine. Let's see, what else? What else do we have? We have a bunch of golf courses that are around. You got Singing Hills Golf Course, you got Cottonwood Golf Course, and those are just 2 within Rancho San Diego. Watch out for this head here. It is getting close to Halloween. I almost ran into that. So yeah, pro number 2 is the amenities. I mean, you got many different things that are in very close vicinity. You have the beaches, of course. You have Mission Beach, Pacific Beach, Imperial Beach, Coronado Beach. Now, I have talked about these things in one of the videos that I've done, the things to do in Rancho San Diego, so I don't want to overlap too much. But I mean, if I didn't tell you in this video, you would never know, right? So if you want to learn more about the amenities, check out the things to do within Rancho San Diego and why you would want to live in Rancho San Diego. Those are 2 separate videos. Check them out. Let's get into pro number 3. So pro number 3 is the weather. And I know earlier I talked about how the heat is a con, but hey, some people like the heat. Some people like that vitamin D. Today's supposed to be a heat wave, but really it's not a heat wave. It's gonna be like about 90 degrees, which is like comfortable. That feels good. I mean, if you come outside, you get what's the word for it? You get energized. I feel like I get energized by the sun. And then if you get too much, you just go right back inside in your air-conditioned space, and you can enjoy that sun. Or you can just go to the beach. Go to the beach and get some sun there, get a nice tan, do some barbecuing outside. The heat and the weather is a great perk So that is pro number 3. Let's get into pro number 4. Speaking of heat, I am cooking out here. But hey, if it gets too warm, just step into the shade. Just step into the shade for a moment and cool down. Let's get into pro number 4. So pro number 4 is the close proximity of the campgrounds that we have. We have campgrounds like Mount Laguna, which has a beautiful meadow. If you've never been out there before, you should definitely check it out. We have Burnt Rancherita, another wonderful campground area with beautiful scenic views. And then you also have Lake Jennings, which is like right next to Rancho San Diego within El Cajon, and many other campgrounds off of the Sunrise Highway. So definitely check those out. Let's get into pro number 5. Okay, so we got pro number 5. Pro number 5 are the multiple festivals we have. So let's start. We have beer festivals, we have tequila festivals, we have taco festivals, a combination of tequila and taco or beer and taco festivals. Those are different. You have wine festivals. Uncorked is a very popular one that I like to go to. I've been going to that one for the past 3 years, for example. Right now we're in October, so you have multiple Oktoberfest events that are taking place. Most of those festivals, they're in downtown in a place called the Marina, or the Embarcadero is what it's called. And some of them will also take place at the waterfront, not the waterfront bar, but the waterfront park. They'll also take place in North Park or South Park. What makes these festivals special, of course, is most of them are held outside. They're held outdoors, and they're in the sun. They're in the sunshine. So it's just it's a wonderful experience. All right, friends, that concludes our 5 pros and cons. Please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And if you enjoyed all these homes here in Rancho San Diego and you want to know more, you'd like to see these homes in person, don't hesitate to reach out. My contact info is in the description below. So I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to help you out. Until the next one, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.